Previously, Chen Jun ambushed Luo, but Luo quickly turned the tables. Furious, Chen Jun vowed revenge. Meanwhile, Chen's father tried to arrange a match between his son and young Miss Su, but her older sister intervened. When news of Chen Chun's defeat reached them, his father was enraged at the Su family and stormed off. The head of the family then demanded they bring Luo to him. Just then, the eldest daughter received a phone call from Luo, who calmly declared that he was quitting the guild. Now to this week's chapter. Hearing those words made her panic. She understood how talented Luo was and that he would change the gaming world. Trying to regain control, she argued that Chen Jun was the one who provoked it and urged him not to act rashly, promising to prove his innocence. But her words didn't convince him. He simply said there was no need for that, and that was it. She couldn't believe she had just lost someone so powerful. He glanced at his phone, thinking about Chen Jun. He realized that Chen Jun wasn't the type to let things slide, and he believed this was the right choice to avoid any issues for the Misty Rain Pavilion. Staying would only lead to trouble for the Su family. He knew this was better for everyone, but he couldn't help but think about how he could have turned them into a powerful guild if they had just followed his joining conditions. He started to walk away, reminding himself that he could still cover his brother's hospital bills each month. To keep selling loot and ensure he got better items, he needed to clear the second world and reach the third as quickly as possible. As he walked, he thought about what he needed to reach the next world. He then opened the quest window to see what was still required. As he looked, he saw that he still needed to repel to more waves of zombies and get a pass for the secret realm. He understood that the order didn't matter since the second world boss would appear regardless. As he planned his next move, he recalled that there were 3 secret realms, with the undead land at the highest level, offering the best rewards. Considering his current equipment and level 17, he believed he could solo clear the level 20 undead land. However, he also thought about the level 15 dark undead lair. Suddenly, he heard footsteps approaching. A group of hunters appeared, their faces serious. The leader stepped forward, wearing a mocking grin as he sized him up, clearly skeptical of his reputation as the famous Misty Rain Pavilion beast tamer, and proceeded to mock him about it. But he ignored the leader's taunts, his expression turning serious. He calmly commented that they should move aside. The leader started laughing, mocking him, as he said he didn't want to move. He taunted, asking what he planned to do about it. One of his teammates joined in, challenging him to defeat them if he had the guts, while another called him a coward, claiming he was too scared to take a swing. But he noticed they were acting strangely and realized it must be connected to Chen. He understood that normal players wouldn't go this far to stop someone unless they had something significant to gain. Understanding the situation, he let out his killing intent, a dark aura flowing around him as his eyes glowed. With a serious expression, he questioned the leader about how much Chen Jun was paying them to attack him. The leader tried his best to hide his fear, but he was clearly intimidated. He admitted that it was indeed Guildmaster Chen who hired them, offering 5,000 and a resurrection scroll each. He explained that they weren't supposed to attack him directly. Instead, they were told to let him defeat them. If he took any of them down, Chen would pay them another 5,000 and offer the same amount for each victory. He smiled, now understanding their motive. With a grin, he pointed out that taking down the leader would earn him 10,000. He mockingly added that Chen Jun must really appreciate the blessing he had given him not too long ago. The leader remained silent, focused on the potential payout. Luo considered how easy it would be to take down a group of level 10 players, but he understood Chen's strategy. Defeating them would earn him a red name, and once that happened, he couldn't just log off to get rid of it. The penalty was based on in-game time, and he would be blocked from entering safe zones. He wouldn't be able to activate boss battles and would be stuck in the second world until it was cleared. It became clear to him that Chen wanted him to remain here indefinitely. Just then, Liu Yao appeared, visibly angry as he approached with his guild. He announced that he wanted to hire them to take down Guildmaster Chen, offering to double what Chen had promised. He would give them 50,000 each time they were defeated trying to reach Chen, and a staggering 500,000 if they managed to defeat him. The leader turned to see who had made the offer, questioning their generosity. He wondered who he was, while another member asked if the reward money was real. He remained silent and just smiled as one of his guild members spoke up, introducing him as the son of the richest man in Linhai City, the eldest son named Liu Yao. The leader screamed Liu Yao's name, shocked to see him in person, and realized that the offer for all that money was genuine. He yelled at his men to stop standing around and to follow the young master's orders. His group echoed their agreement, but deep down, they all knew it was really about the money. As they left, Liu Yao approached him and commented on hearing that he had been kicked out of the Misty Rain Guild. He noted that he understood Chen Jun was the cause of his current problems and that Chen had been screaming to make his life difficult. Luo remained calm, simply stating that Chen was being a pain right now. He closed his eyes and began walking, but Liu Yao recognized his value and smiled as he looked at him. He remarked that the Misty Rain Guild was blind to what they had lost and offered him a chance to join his guild once more. He asked about his price, willing to pay any amount to bring him on board, and assured him that he could protect him from the pests around them at that moment. But he began to walk away, turning his head in anger at the mention of the Misty Rain Guild. He stated that he would consider joining in the future, but for now, he wasn't interested in any guild. As they watched him leave, one of Liu Yao's members, frustrated, questioned why he would help Luo again after already spending a lot on him. Liu Yao simply smiled and explained that Luo had been wronged by the Misty Rain Guild, which was supposed to protect its members but had cast him aside for hurting Chen Chun's feelings. He noted that he understood why Luo didn't want to join any guild and added that this was one reason the Misty Rain Pavilion remained at number 5. They had no eye for upcoming talent. As he walked, he reflected on his situation. He thought about how he had left the Misty Rain Guild to avoid problems with Chen, but now he realized that if he didn't take action, Chen would return and create more trouble in the future. Just then, the system announced that he had reached the Dark and Dead Lair, where the monsters were at level 15. He continued walking into the massive cave before him. As he walked, he considered how normal players typically pursued quests with better rewards. He thought about the 3 options available and realized that most would likely choose the level 20 Undead Land, where they would need to form parties for the best rewards. In contrast, the Dark and Dead Lair, being the lowest level option, was almost unknown and overlooked by most players. He then approached a large door guarded by a purple seal. When he saw the name Sorcerer Mon, he noticed an NPC in front of the door with the mission icon above their head. Mon questioned him, wondering if he wanted to confront the secret realm of the Dark and Dead Lair. Mon then revealed a large green crystal, surrounded by a golden glow. He reached out to grab it, with Luo confirming that he was there to challenge the secret realm. Just then, Mon lifted the crystal and slowly handed it to him, nodding in encouragement for the quest ahead. Just then, a system window appeared, displaying the item's information. It was a secret decree, specifically for the level 15 Dark and Dead Lair secret realm. The description stated that it could only be used once and was a bound item that could not be traded. As he read the information, he understood that the item could be upgraded into a golden secret decree, which would unlock one of the ways to enter the secret realm. However, he also recognized that the chances of upgrading were low and that it cost energy points, which discouraged most players from attempting it. But for him, energy was not a problem. He decided to start the upgrade process and continued until he obtained the golden secret decree. The scene shifts to a forest, where voices can be heard shouting about where their money had run off to. One voice screams not to let that easy money get away. We see 2 players running away from something, clearly worn out. They decide to stop, running low on stamina, and hide behind the trees. It's Chen and his teammate. Chen complains about how he hired all those players to hunt Luo, but for some reason, they are now hunting him instead. He questions why this is happening to him, while his teammate wonders aloud, suggesting that it must be Luo behind this turn of events. He then commented that Chen had spent too much money on resurrection scrolls over the past 5 days. He suggested they wait for the game's weekly limit on resurrection scrolls to refresh before heading out of the safe zone to start leveling up to prevent Chen from losing more levels. But Chen didn't like that suggestion. He got pissed off and hit the side of the tree, cursing Luo for what was happening to him. He vowed to get even with him at all costs. Suddenly, a global server announcement appeared in front of every player. Both Chen and his teammate looked up, knowing that global announcements were important. The message stated that a player who had hidden their ID had used a golden secret decree to upgrade the Dark and Dead Lair to a secret realm lasting for 2 hours. All players were welcome to join the challenge of the secret realm. It also mentioned a benefit for the first hour. Each player would receive one resurrection scroll during this time. He smiled with happiness, declaring that this was a sign from the heavens, a golden opportunity. With the offer of a free resurrection scroll, all he had to do was clear a small level 15 secret realm. He commanded his member to gather the rest of the guild and prepare their equipment for the raid. Eager to claim the rewards from the secret realm, his member quickly agreed. The scene shifts to a player who just defeated a monster. He comments on the global announcement, saying that if they're giving out free resurrection scrolls, it's perfect for him since he can't use one right now. He declares that this opportunity is just what he needs. That voice belonged to Liu Yao, who smiled and commanded his members to call the rest of the guild, stating that they would be raiding the secret realm. The scene then shifts to Luo, who walks forward with a mountain of defeated monsters behind him, holding the item. He reflects on his plan, considering how the secret realm is part of the quest to reach the next world for every player. Looking at the item, he thinks that since he upgraded the area to a secret realm and there's a free resurrection scroll, that annoying player will definitely come here. But suddenly, a purple energy begins to emerge from all the monsters he defeated. The energy gathers into a point, and a monster starts to take shape from it. It lets out a deafening roar. But Luo remains calm as he looks back and smiles, thinking about his hunting plan. He reflects that in order for things to go smoothly, he understands he has to deal with the secret realm guardian first before he can enjoy the hunt. As the guardian emerges ready for war, Luo begins to channel a skill as energy builds up in his staff. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like. It really helps me out.